Uh, Hello everyone. Welcome, I guess, everyone, to the very first thing we're doing for a new sort of series I've come up with. So this is Die Party Drawing Board. It's a, I guess a GM sort of help guide video series or something along those lines. I do a lot of sort of GMing stuff, like background stuff, that I never really show people. And I figured, why not actually just, record it, put it on the internet, and show some people. So there's a couple of things that we're going to do today. Well, the first is we're going to take a look at creating a villain for Die Party Gambit, our Star Wars game, because we introduced a villain pretty much haphazardly. I had an idea that I wanted to introduce a villain, but I didn't actually create one. So what we're going to do today is we're going to create one here. Now we've actually had a little bit of heads up. This villain was created in conjunction with the highest tier supporters on my Patreon, which is !Patreon in the chat. So you can go check that out. We asked a couple of them what they wanted to see from the villain, and we're gonna build that today. We're gonna put that together. So without further ado, let's get into this bitch. So I ask myself a couple questions every time I make an NPC, and I've never really talked about this because it's never really needed to come up in conversation, but I figured why not. So for this particular villain, I asked myself 6 questions. Question number 1, what's the villain's perspective on the universe? Question number 2, what type of power does he have, and what is his role in the Empire, his or her role in the Empire? Question 3, is the villain strictly anti-PC, or does he have his own agendas and stuff like that? Question number 4, does the villain's physical appearance have anything to do with his personality? Like, for example, Darth Vader is a great example of a villain whose physical appearance literally defines his character. So we'll go into that. Question number 5, what is the villain's motivations? Like, does he have a goal that he's trying to get to, or is he just following orders? And question number 6, how bloodthirsty is a villain, or can he be reasoned with? And hopefully that is the easiest question to answer after we've built him. So there's a couple of things we know about our villain. That the first thing is that he works for the Empire. That's pretty easy. And the second thing is he's supposedly a Jedi. And we don't know whether that's going to be the actual final decision here, but it's been hinted at least anyway. So let's just go around and I guess get started with question number 1. What is the villain's perspective on the universe? That's a good question. So in the game currently, I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee too before it gets too cold. God, if you guys haven't tried putting maple syrup in your coffee, do it. Just have it straight black, add a bit of maple syrup in there. It's just like, oh, fucking hell. Okay, so right now in the Gambit game, it's just after Order 66, which is BBY. The Order 66 happened on BBY 19, which is when Anakin Skywalker was just getting his Darth Vader suit. So I don't think he was walking around at that point. Maybe. I don't know. Like, I don't know how long it took for him to fucking not be a basic bitch and start actually being a Dark Jedi, I never really go into too much. Like, all we see is... also, I made sandwiches. So, they never really go into too much detail about that. They just sort of like... Here you go. Here's Darth Vader in all his poopy glory. So I'm just gonna... Alright, so This is a bad decision. I should have finished eating before starting. And I got these 2 sandwiches sitting in front of me and just like, whatever. Okay. So the perspective on the universe. I'm assuming he's, that's actually a good question. I don't actually know. Let me take a quick gander on the internet here real quick. Like, how did they hunt Jedi? How were Jedi hunted? Okay. The Great Jedi Hunt. Okay. Is a series of events organized by the Jedi in an attempt to... Oh, no. That's the opposite. We don't want that. We want the Purge. The second Jedi Purge? Jesus Christ. I survived the first one? Alright. Good jobs. Result in the near annihilation of the Jedi. Okay. Following a bunch of attempt by Mace Windu and 3 other Jedi to arrest Sidious. Blah blah. We know that. So then the movie. Okay. Inquisitors, Empire's Hand, Dark Jedi, and Bounty Hunters. Right. So... Okay, so let's take a look at these guys. Inquisitors. Secret division of the Imperial Intelligence consisting of dark side force-sensitive agents known as Inquisitors. Or Truth Officers. I like that. Truth Officers, that's such a better name than Inquisitors. Holy fuck. No shame in eating? Okay, well, I'll consider eating a little more then. These Inquisitors were considered the highest ranking of the dark side adepts, outranking the Emperor's Hands, the Prophets of the Dark Side, and lesser Dark Jedi. Okay. Inquisitorius was an organization established around 19 BBY. Wow. That fits. It consisted agents referred to as Inquisitors tasked with hunting down Jedi who managed to survive Order 66. Okay. Perfect. That literally fits with what we need. Okay, the Inquisitor's primary purpose was the interrogation of Jedi or particularly resilient subjects. Subjects were retained for the Inquisitors by authorization of LACDOCs. Legal authorization through advanced confinement document. When usual methods of interrogation such as torture and Bavo 6 injections. Bavo 6 injections? What's Bavo 6? See, this is what happens. I start to read these things and I'm just like, Bravo 6, that's interesting. Notoriously powerful yet easy to produce through truth serum. Okay. I wonder if they have that in the manual somewhere. Let's take a look, actually. Bavo 6. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Well, I don't know how you resist a fucking truth serum. Okay. Spend much of their time looking for potential Jedi candidates and force activity in the backwater parts of the Galactic Empire. Most often in the Outer Rim territories. Grand Inquisitor Malarum. He died a year later. Okay. And maybe he died before this happened. Malrum was slightly force sensitive. Okay, that's cool. All right, so we have a leader for our bad guy. Let's at least put that somewhere. Malrum. We'll put this in the perspective because makes sense to know a little bit about this guy. All right, so is his boss. First of the Inquisitors. God, can we just call them truth agents? Because that was such a much cooler name than fucking Inquisitors. I like the idea that he's not very force sensitive either. So, all right, we got Malrum. Another second sandwich, this guy. Oh. Okay. Let's go back to the Inquisitors. Originally based in Coruscant, the Jedi Temple in Malrum. And later in the Senate Tower. Where's Parakith? Consult the map. Okay, so Sector 5, Parakith system. Okay. Where's Sector 5? God, there are so many fucking Star Wars places. Look at all the Star Wars. I don't know where the fuck this is. I mean, this is kind of the problem. They don't really give you, like, coordinates. Grid coordinates K10. Well, I take it back. They do. Okay. Right, fuck. 10. Stop working out of me, game. Okay. So it's apparently in here. I don't fucking see it though. What's the code? Perkins. I don't see it. Your star maps are out of date. Great. Paris, it's in the deep core though too. Could be anywhere around here. No idea. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because they didn't set it up until later, so. Oh, she's a female. So Hydra's probably her boss at the moment. Wait, she was known for having hardly any emotion, but on this page, I describe her as something else. What was it? Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's either going to be Hydra or Malarum. But that's fine. We could... Hell, we could even have Hydra be the character that's chasing everyone, because that makes sense, right? But then they can't kill her. So, I don't know how that would work. Maybe we make a... Maybe it's Hydra... No, Malarum, Hydra, and then whoever's Hydra's lackey was. That sounds pretty good to me, actually. They wouldn't send a Grand Inquisitor after 4 baby Jedi, or would they? I don't know. Second leader of the Inquisitors is Hydra's boss. Alright, so we still get to make someone. Alright, so perspective of the universe. Probably found by Hydra. And then sort of like tempered. So that must mean that he's probably brainwashed, maybe? Brainwashed. He's probably like... You know how Anakin Skywalker was raised as a Jedi, but he was too old? And he had a lot of emotions that came along with him. I imagine whoever this character is was of the same kin, except... If the Inquisitors were made like when our characters turned 22, that must mean this guy's like maybe 19 or 20-ish, and he's only had like a year's worth of training. So that means that this guy must be either very force sensitive, very skilled, or like, you know what I mean? Like he must be something special if he just, because the way they describe it, Malarum was just sort of plucky, skilled with a saber, and he also had the uncanny knowledge to understand who Anakin Skywalker actually was, or Darth Vader, in this instance. But he never told anyone that. So maybe this character was sort of just brimming with potential, and instead of, removing him from the universe, as they tend to do with, people they find in the backwater stuff, maybe Hydra took him or her under her wing and sort of built herself a successor. I don't know. They don't really mention much about Hydra, so I mean, that's sort of our loophole, right? All right, sandwich is done. Sorry about that. Jesus, should have ate before getting started. All right. So, things we know. He's probably brainwashed. Brimming with potential. I guess maybe power. Not so much potential. Because I don't see the dark side being like the types to take advantage of potential. They're just looking for like a quick fix, So brimming with power. Loose cannon, I guess. Maybe angry. Maybe angry at the Jedi. Not sure why. Like, maybe, I imagine a lot of people who get fucked by. Oh, you're playing Darkest Dungeon? Yeah, welcome to the life. Also, hello. How you doing? So I imagine that while they like maybe not so much like the Jedi like just destroyed anything, but maybe the Jedi just sort of ignored or didn't heed requests, and maybe he lost someone important to him. Via lack of intervention. Because if we have this, then it also means that Peachy's character might have something to play off this guy. So. Yeah, thanks for the host, Grinch. Okay, so we know a little bit about how he looked at the universe. And maybe because of that, that's why he's so gung-ho in bringing Jedi to bear for their crimes, I guess. Perhaps Hydra's apprentice is a family member who had a family member who was in the Jedi, and thus instead of purging them, decided to rescue them and take them under wing. So you're saying that Hydra was a Jedi? Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can find anything else on her. There's got to be more. I'm interested to see more about her. Because if we know more about her motivations, perhaps this would... You're looking to make this new apprentice a young trainee of the Jedi, yes? So Hydra wasn't the Jedi novice, the apprentice was. Well, I'm saying like maybe he was force sensitive and he never, like, what I'm saying is maybe he had never had any training, kind of like a little bit like Kylo Ren in that regard, I guess. Though I actually don't know if Kylo Ren had training, but like the idea being that Kylo Ren was sort of young and angry for no real reason, I guess, but he sort of manipulated. Hydra the female shapeshifter? Okay, no, we've seen that page. There's not a lot about her. It seems weird that they wouldn't have anything on this fucking character. Okay. It's a series of 10 young reader books written by Jude Wells. The main character is Ferris Olin, a Padawan who resigned from the Jedi Order and therefore survived Order 66. Olin reconnects himself with the Force and starts a complicated quest to guide the survivors of Order 66 and members of the Erased, an organization of individuals who are wanted by the Empire. During his that's an interesting tidbit. Maybe I should remember that. During his adventures, Ferris defeats Grand Inquisitor Malrum on Naboo and is blackmailed to operate as an agent of the Emperor. During his time as an Imperial agent, he often works with the Grand Inquisitor Hydra. Wait, really? Okay, this is interesting. There's actually a character that fits this description. He's Siratachi. Okay. I'm a beautiful woman and a Jedi. Oh, okay. Cool. Interesting. This is what I like about Star Wars. You can just sort of look and just like blap and just find things, you know, like. Okay. He clashed with fellow Padawan learner Anakin Skywalker, who disagreed with the district adherence to Jedi rules and protocols. The two of their masters, Tachi and Obi-Wan Kenobi, often work together in missions traveling to various roads. Okay. I don't like that he's connected to Darth Vader like that. It seems a little shit. Shortly before the onset of the Clone Wars, Odin resigned from the Jedi Order due to the guilt he felt over the inherent death of Padawan Dal Etel Tennis on Corbin, where Omega was finally killed in battle with Kenobi present. Okay. Who's Rowan Lands? Oh, interesting. He had a male life partner. There you go. Founded a rebel organization in Belisar in opposition to the Galactic Empire, nearly controlled galaxy, ready to retrain himself in the Jedi way with the aid of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh shit, yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi's still alive. That's fucking interesting. I completely forgot about that. He was blackmailed into aiding Emperor Palpatine, but would act as a double agent, seeking information and attempting to undermine the Empire from the inside. Eventually confronting Darth Vader himself. His resistance movement spanned... Okay, so I think this guy is more of a good guy, and I don't want to make him like the bad guy right now. But I'm gonna keep this guy in my book of characters because that's a cool guy. He's cool. He might come up in the game at some point. Man, what the fuck? Okay, cool. All right. Okay, so Hydra is a female male. Is a female male. No. Okay, so we don't know much about Inquisitor Hydra. That's pretty cool, though. Grand Inquisitor Hydra. We'll keep her. She's a good character. She's blank enough for us to just project whatever we want onto her, so we can just sort of min-mash. So the way we're leaning for this villain so far is that he's brainwashed. He is a young adult and who is force sensitive with no formal Jedi training, and is, I guess, mad at the Jedi Order for their power, with their unlimited power during their reign that did absolutely nothing for him and his family, I guess. Oh, gross. Sediment on the bottom of the coffee. Yeah. Alright. So, angry the Jedi for lack of intervention. Great. Perfect. That is nice and easy. We'll decide the extenuating circumstances of that in a moment. All right, so question number 2. Let me move this out of the way so you guys can see it. Can I make this bigger somehow? Is it possible? Font? Okay, there we go. Let's make it 48. Wow, that's too big. 26. Okay, cool. That's better. All right. And your coffee's a bit too ground. Yeah. I mean, I use K-cups and stuff like that, so sometimes it's tasty and sometimes it's just like, gross. All right, so the villain's power and the role in the Empire. So where do we want to go? Do you want this character to be male or female? Because we can go either way. Let's take a poll, actually. I'll make a straw poll for everyone in the chat right now and they can decide. Straw poll. Burp, burp, burp. Human. Yeah, okay. We'll just leave it at that for now. Create poll. Poll being created. Alright. Alright, guys. If you want, head on over here. Give a vote as to which sex, gender, villain will be. We can decide on that later. Okay. So, the villain's power and role in the Empire. Okay. Well, he's an Inquisitor. He has a lot of uneducated? A lot of untrained. I think that's a better word. Untrained power. Scalican. Apache attack helicopter. That is my general orientation. So, are we thinking that he's going to be a blade master, or is he going to be like super force sensitive? Because having a blade master would be really cool, but incredibly deadly. And having a force sensitive character, so Inquisitors really like interrogating people. So is it going to be one of those things where like they're interrogating like more, or you want like a force sensitive character? Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Highly force sensitive. All right. Apprentice Inquisitor. The font is too big. Make it 22. That's better. Okay. All right. Apprentice Inquisitor, a lot of untrained power, highly force sensitive. So let's take a look at the book. And let's take a look at the adversaries, because they do actually have. Where is this? This is Force and Destiny. Great. Force users. Okay. So I'm thinking we will make him a nemesis, because a nemesis is sort of like before. Okay, so the way that this game works is, strictly speaking, you can have a nemesis which power scale should be roughly equivalent to maybe 2 or 3 of the player characters. And if we're talking someone who has do you want a very emotional one? So you want someone like Kylo Ren a little bit? He's like, yeah. Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like he has an untapped rage. Like we'll take a look at the character, and we can give him like maybe 4 or 5 force die. Emotional but not broody. Yeah. I'm always imagining like kind of almost like schizophrenic in some way, where like he has just 2 personalities. It's almost like a berserker in a way. That when he goes berserk, he just fucking goes into like his personality switches. That's what I'm imagining. Not so much like I'm entitled to be this, but more like he's reminded every once in a while how much he hates the Jedi. Like that's what I imagine. Like someone who's just like outwardly civil, because let's face it, the Imperials, the Empire, have a lot of protocol, and I can't imagine someone who's just like a broody bitch all the time to be appropriate for the Empire. I mean, someone who acts civilized through sheer willpower but erupts with rage when prodded too far or sexually frustrated. I mean, as a dark Jedi, you can put your dick in as many things as you want, right? Or sit on as many dicks as you want, or whatever you're into. Alien penises, tentacles, leku, take your pick. All right, so how many force die does this guy have? Force rating 3. That seems low, because let's put in perspective here. Force rating 3 is one off from Peachy, right? And some of the characters... Okay, so the way that works is when players get to Jedi Knight status is when they have 150 XP. They've already collected roughly about 35. So by the time that they... Oh, the bot's asleep? Okay, give me a second here. I'll fix that. Alright, try now. Try that now. It should work. Cloaca is still a hole. Oh, God. So when they get to about 150 XP, they're considered suitable for confrontations with Jedi users, right? Which is when this thing happens. So they're not too far off. So we need someone who can not fight them for maybe another 9 or 10 episodes. Or at least not kill them in 9 or 10 episodes. Okay. Oh, cool. They have like force-sensitive murder fugitives. I think I'll use this guy here. Knowledge, Law 2, Lightsaber 4, Resilience 3, Adversary 2. Okay, yeah, that certainly will make him a lot more harder to kill. Hawkbat Swoop. Okay, yeah. Improved Reflex. Okay. Yep, alright, that's not bad. Parry 5. Holy fuck. He is going to just fucking wipe the floor of the characters. Okay, I think what we'll do is we'll reduce his parry and maybe increase his force rating. Because parry 5 means that... and he has parry 5 and reflex 5. Fuck, dude. Okay, what is... I'm trying to work out what parry actually does. Let's take a look. Put parry. Put parry. Put parry. Wait, that's Hand to the Empire. What would it be? Guardian, maybe? Is it 3 points or is it 1 point? Because if it's 3 points, that's fucking gross. Put parry. Put parry. Reduces damage by 2 plus ranks in parry. So he would have... he would reduce damage by 7 points every... So the way that it works is if you have a lightsaber fight with someone, like... Pew, 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 and let's say I'm a PC and I want to attack this character with a lightsaber. Regardless of whether I hit or not... if I hit him, right? If I succeed in my attack... what is a normal... gear and equipment, weapon descriptions. Is it above this? Okay. No, it's below. They have their own page for Jedi sabers, which they should. Okay, that's melee weapons. You go a bit deeper. Here we go. Okay, so damage is 6, and then let's say they have normal crystals. So everyone is going to have ilium crystals. Yo, where that ilium at? Customization. Okay, here we go. So an ilium crystal. Okay. Requires two. Okay, so ilium crystal. Yo, where you at, bitch? Ilium. Okay. So item quality. Vicious 1. Okay, so 7, 8, 9, 10. So theoretically speaking, a Jedi saber could have 10 damage on it. So a parry would reduce 7. His parry at level 5 per. So the Inquisitorius. Oh. Shit, they actually just have... Oh, we can just make an Inquisitor. Fucking awesome. Let's do that. That's better. So if he has parry 5, for example, he would... where are they? This guy here, he would, so he has a strain threshold of 18, so it cost him 3 strain to reduce the damage from 10 to 7. And on top of that, for every, like, if you get like 4 successes, then it would be 13 damage, because for every success you get over the initial success, you add that as damage. So let's say they get 12 damage, you reduce it by 7, leaving it with 5 damage, and that's basically how combat works. So he would take 3 strain to do that, and he would take 5 damage from a total of 13. So a parry of 5 is really strong. That's like super, super strong. Okay. So we can build our own Inquisitor here. Jupiter in the galaxy, the way it exists in the Imperial Inquisition, Inquisitorius. But no rightfully fear it. Founded by the Empire in the wake of destruction of the Jedi at the beginning of the Imperial era, this shadow organization tasked its members with hunting down forces, either bending them to the will of the Empire or destroying them utterly. Originally, Inquisitors hunted the few remaining Jedi, but now their remnant extends to any and all Force users who come to their attention. Interesting. Almost all Inquisitors are themselves Force users, and rumored abound that fallen Jedi can be among their ranks. Because members of the Inquisitorius may be of any age, species, gender, or gender, game statistics are not provided for particular individuals. Instead, game masters should follow a 7-step process below for generating Inquisitors who fit the needs of their story. This process is designed to create Inquisitors who can stand up to an entire party of characters and thus a formidable opponent. Okay, so he needs to fight 4 Jedi. Interesting, right. So he needs to be powerful. Back to our point. All Inquisitors are Nemesis and follow the rules of NPC. Okay, so Nemesis, I believe, get their own strain. Opposite of player characters. Nemesis are identical to PC in virtually every aspect, and may, in fact, be more powerful. Great, yep. Great, makes sense. Alright. Alright, so, Nemesis. Perfect. Characteristics. GM takes the following values and assigns 1 value to each of the Inquisitor's characteristics. Each value can only be assigned once. When a 5 is assigned to 1 characteristic, for example, it cannot be used again. The values follows 5, 4, 3, 3, 3, and 2. Holy fuck, this thing is strong. Okay. Well, we can just start building that character now then. I mean, that's not a bad idea. All right, so look how many games I got. Uh, 3,321 hours. There you go. Find that. All right. Add character. Let's generate some names. Let's see what names we come up with. Have we decided on a sex though? Male, huh? All right, so he's gonna be a male. We'll keep it going. We'll keep the votes going for now. Just remember to vote in that one. Okay, so let's see. Generate some names. Roosevelt. No, that's terrible. Let's get a different name. Frasquito. Kramer. Ferdy Hurton. Reggie Wakefield. Wakefield's not a bad last name. Cyrus Manchester. Cyrus is not a bad first name. Let's put that down. Cyrus. Kramer. Kramer. God, these names are ridiculous. Give me a good one. Perkins. We can't use Perkins because that's Arthur's last name. Kylie Perry. That's fucking high. Morin? Cyrus Morin? That's not bad. Cyrus Morin. That's a cool Star Wars name. Cyrus Morin. Alright, let's look for an Inquisitor picture. Lol. The only pictures that come up for Inquisitor are the one from fucking Rebels, which, in my opinion, look like trash. Give me something good. Give me something good. Give me something good. Have we decided whether he's going to be human or not? We'll decide that in a second, I guess. Anyway, we've got some shit to do. Cyrus Morin. Nemesis. Alright. Okay. So we've got 5, 4, 3, 3, 3, and 2. So if he's going to be strong in the Force, if he's going to be a force to be reckoned with, that means willpower must be 5. But that makes no sense if he needs to be angry. So we need to think about this. So let's first put 5 in there. Let's put brawn at a 3, agility, intellect, cunning at a 4. Cunning at a 4 seems pretty good to me. Presence 4, intellect. Oh wait, no, we need a 3. Presence 3, 3, agility 2. God damn, that's in... That's gonna be rough. That's rough. Coercion with at fucking 5 green already. Jesus. He could be super joyful. So I like the idea that of his split personality. I think that's something we need to make a note of. So how does his split personality get triggered? Is there a particular thing that triggers his split personality? Swaps. And quickly. Strong emotions, dude. Super dark side. Yeah. All right. Okay. So strong. Large amount of force power. Okay, let's take a look at what the next thing. Wounds and strain. Every Inquisitor starts with a wound threshold of 20 and a strain threshold of... Fucking what? Game Masters should then add the Inquisitor's brawn score to the Inquisitor's wound threshold and his willpower score to his strain. Wow! That is insane. Okay, hang on. They start at 20 for both. That's fucking insane. Okay, and then willpower to strain, so that makes his strain 25. And his wounds 23. Oh my god. Is this really how they fucking do this? Because fucking Jesus. All Inquisitors themselves are highly skilled and most handle themselves equally well on and off the battlefield. Thus, when determining the Inquisitor's skills, use the following steps. When determining the Inquisitor's ranks in combat, the GM takes the following values and assigns them to each value to a combat skill of the GM's choice. Each value can only be assigned once, and all skills that do not get assigned to them have a rank of 0. The values of 4, 3, and 2. Right. Okay. 4, 3, and 2. More bipolar? Interesting. I'm tempted to just put... I want to put... How does that work, though? Because... What's the point of a Jedi who's bad at lightsaber? But I don't want to make him super strong at lightsaber. So maybe we put the 3 ranks in lightsaber. But where do we put a 4? In Brawl? He's not a ninja. Maybe he's good at punching the shit out of people. And then what? 2? Where do we put 2? Maybe ranged light, I guess. Alright, cool. Knowledge skills. Inquisitors must be extremely educated individuals to carry out their duties. Even if this knowledge is not readily apparent, Inquisitor has 2 ranks in each knowledge skill. Okay. 2 ranks in each knowledge skill. Got it. General skills. As stated previously, the GM is free to give his Inquisitor whatever skills he sees fit. However, the following skill packages are intended to speed up the process if the GM chooses. He may select one package and apply those skills ranks to the Inquisitor. How do we define what this guy is? So he's like an apprentice or whatever, right? So I like the Acolyte. I think Acolyte is a good one. I don't think Mastermind is very good. I like Acolyte. I think we'll go with Acolyte. Makes the most sense. Alright, so Deception 1. Discipline 4. Leadership 2. Perception 2. Survival 3. Vigilance 3. I also want him to have coercion, but I think I'll have to take something out of these other ones here. Maybe 1 out of survival and 1 out of discipline, 2 in coercion. That seems a little more robust. Okay. That seems good to me. A total maniac that punches people that piss him off. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. Like I was a little more inclined to give him like more like I'm gonna just like box the shit out of this nerd instead of using his saber a lot. Sabers would almost seem a little foreign to him. Alright, what else we got? Talents. All Inquisitors have Adversary 3. Are you fucking kidding me? Adversary 3. So the way that Adversary works is, let's say I'm a PC and I want to target this guy, right? And in order to hit this PC, the difficulty is a lightsaber check, which for the most part is like a 2 purple, I think. Yeah, it'd be like 2 purple and a black because it's melee. So that's the normal lightsaber check. 2 purple and black. With Adversary 3, that suddenly becomes 2 red, 1 purple, 1 black, because it upgrades it 3 times the difficulty of attacking that guy. Right. So, okay. Let's add Adversary 3. That's insane. Combat. Adversary 3. Oh, man. Oh, cool. I didn't know you could do that. You can just, what, copy image? Neato. So where does that go? I try and put that in the fucking text field. Is it going to work? No. What about if I put that into Photoshop? Does it work in Photoshop? What if he's more interested in hurting Jedi than killing them? Like, you mean like tormenting them? That's fucking cool. I like that idea. I like that idea. Holy crap, that... I didn't realize that was a thing. Wow, this Sumatra PDF thing is great. Okay. Where did I put that? Elena Montrose. She's almost better than a fucking Jedi. That blows my mind. Okay. What else did I get? And may at the game master's discretion possess a force rating of 3. Let's make his force rating 4. Because why not? Okay. Okay, and they may... The game master may add no more than 2 of the talents listed here. Some of these options are multiple ranks of a ranked talent. In these cases, they still count as a single choice. Okay. Okay. Crippling Blow, the Inquisitor increases the difficulty of his next combat check by 1. If the check deals damage, the target suffers 1 strain whenever he moves for the remainder of the encounter. Ooh. Ooh, that's tasty. It's more about the chase than the catch. Okay. Drive back. The Inquisitor may spend Triumph or 3 Advantage on a missed Brawl, Melee, or Lightsaber check to force his target to make a maneuver in a direction of the Inquisitor's choice. Improve parry. When the Inquisitor suffers a hit from Brawl, Melee, or Lightsaber check that generates... what's that called? Failure? No, it's called Despair. Yeah. Or Disadvantage. And the Inquisitor uses a parry incidental to reduce damage from that hit. After resolving the attack, he may spend those results to inflict 1 on the attacker. To inflict 1 hit on the attacker with a wielded Brawl, Melee, or Lightsaber weapon. Inflict the weapon's base damage. The Inquisitor must also take the parry talent to use this. Okay, Intense Focus. The Inquisitor performs the Intense Focus maneuver, suffering 1 strain, upgrading the ability of his next skill check once. Lethal Blow. The Inquisitor adds +20 to any critical rolls inflicted on opponents. That's fucking gross. Parry 4. When struck with a melee attack, before applying Soak, the Inquisitor may perform a parry. As an out-of-turn incidental, he suffers 3 strain, then reduces the damage by 6. Okay. Pressure point. When making a brawl check against a living opponent, the Inquisitor may choose to forego dealing damage as wound, instead dealing the equivalent damage as strain, plus additional strain equals to his rank in medicine. He's a fucking Wookiee doctor. Oh my god. These checks cannot be made with weapons, but the strain damage is not reduced by Soak. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I like that. I like that. That seems terrifying. All right, so let's take pressure point. All right, we've got a high brawl. Harm looks nasty. Harm, where's harm? Oh, harm. Okay, yeah, that's force power. So we haven't got to that part yet. So, Reflect 4. Yep. Scathing tirade. The Inquisitor may take a scathing tirade action, making an average coercion check for each success. One enemy within short range suffers 1 strain and black on all skill checks for a number of rounds equal to the Inquisitor's rank coercion. The Inquisitor may spend 1 advantage. For every advantage spent, 1 target already affected suffers 1 additional strain. Okay, so we might take Pressure Point and Scathing Tirade. But then he doesn't have any parry. Go for parry. Though Scathing Tirade is super, super strong. Think of it like this. If you're, let's say you are a PC and I'm this guy. I use Scathing Tirade, right? And an average coercion check. And my coercion, what's my coercion right now? My coercion is, holy fuck. Okay, my coercion is 2 yellow. Let's roll this up, right? Okay. Let's see what that would actually look like. And it's a 2 purple. Oh, that's gross. Okay. So with that roll, can you guys see it? Yeah, you can see that. So I have 1 success, 3 advantage, and 1 triumph. Meaning that with this Scathing Tirade, everyone around me, or 1 enemy around me, suffers a 1 strain and 1 black for every single time they try and make a skill check. That's jump, melee, shooting, brawling, intelligence, computers, anything. If they try and use it, they suffer a strain. Now, most of the PC's strain is like maximum of 17, and that's not going to get any higher unless they take talents. So if they do this, if I take this, that means this character is going to fucking just, like, he's going to immobilize someone in the party. But then again, it is only 1 person. The Inquisitor may spend advantage. For every advantage spent, 1 target already suffers 1 target already affected suffers 1 additional strain. So with my current roll, that means 1 person. Holy fuck! So 1 person would lose 4 strain for every single thing they did. That's kind of nutters, actually. That is. So you would have 4 turns, roughly 4 or 5 turns, before you fall unconscious because of how fucking scary this dude is. All right, so let's take a look here. What is medicine? Medicine is intellect. So what's coercion is will, cunning. So let's say we make cunning 3 and we make intellect 4. It doesn't change a whole lot. And let's say we take deception out. No, deception might come into it. Let's take one out of that, and put 2 in medicine. He's still very formidable. Still very formidable. Maybe even 1 out of leadership. Okay, that's better. So pressure point. When making a brawl check against a living opponent, the Inquisitor may choose to forego dealing damage as wounds, instead dealing the equivalent damage as strain, plus additional strain equal to his ranks in medicine. These checks cannot be made without weapons. Cannot be made with any weapon, but the strain damage is not reduced by soak. Okay. So what does that mean exactly? Well, let's take a look at how combat works for. See, one of the things I'm always annoyed with is how. Okay. Reduced. Okay, when making a brawl check against a living opponent, the Inquisitor may choose to forego dealing damage as wounds, instead dealing the equivalent damage as strain, plus additional strain equal to his ranks in medicine. These checks can be made with any weapons. Okay, so let's take a look here. If we do that, then his brawl. Okay, melee attacks are. Let's see. Okay, melee. What is the melee? Melee versus melee is 2 purple. Alright, so 2 purple again. And then a brawl. Boop. Fucking crushed. Holy shit. So that means that he does a total of. What is a brawl attack? See, this is the thing I get. I get kind of caught up in this shit. Combat. Maneuvers. Actions. Yeah, I always forget how much brawn is. Only concerns is a numbers game. What do you mean? Is it weapons? Where do they put the fucking damage? Is it brawl? Brawn? I think melee attacks might just be brawn. 4-on-1. Well, I mean, yeah, but he can also use a saber, you know, like and the thing about like, for example, if there's one person in combat with this guy using a saber, and he's also using a saber or something like that, and someone like tries to shoot into the combat, it's actually a lot more difficult to do that. Well, I say a lot more, but they just get a black die. And on top of that, if oh, sorry. So let's God, what am I getting caught up in? Okay. Roll damage. Punching. Okay. Interesting. So let's. I'm trying to find out what the damage is for punching. I'm pretty sure it's just the brawn. This is right. Oh man, I'm getting so caught up in this. Okay. Index. Brawl skill 129. Mm-hmm. Uh, 210. Roger that. Okay, 218. Unarmed combat. Okay, here we go. Although most characters probably feel more comfortable going to the face with a good blaster. Characters fighting unarmed generally use a brawl combat skill. Unlike combat skills, brawl skill is designed to use independently of any weapons. When making an unarmed combat check using brawl, the character's attack has a base damage of his brawn rating. Okay. A range of engaged and critical rating of 5. Okay. So it has okay, so it's the brawn rating, right? So we might need to move some stuff around then. Okay, so okay. No, this is good. This is good. So combat skill. Roll. Oh wait, no, this is wrong. We don't need that. We need this, weapons. Punch. Damage would be, if I remember, it was 3, critical rating 5. Disorient 1 and knockdown qualities. Okay. Yes. Knockdown. Okay. Okay. Great. Perfect. Easy. Peasy. If a 4 gang up on a boy with sabers, what then? Well, I mean, at that point, you know, he would just have to fight them off. You got to remember though, like, let's take a look at this roll again, right? So with this particular roll, regardless of what people are doing, so he would have a default rating of 3 damage plus 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus he crits, which would add an extra 5. So that's 12. And then he would add his medicine skill, which is 3. So that would make it 15. So right there, ignoring all the soak that they have, he would be doing 15 damage to their strain. Now, to put in perspective, if you go over your strain threshold, you're out like that. You're unconscious. Which means that in a Jedi fight with lightsabers, he's punching a dude in the face and knocking him out cold. Just like that. Right? That's how strong this fucking doctor skill is. What was it called? The pressure point skill. It is such a strong feat, in fact, that, like, for example, there is an actual like combat. There is a build in this game called the Wookiee Doctor. Now, the Wookiee Doctor has feral power. I'm pretty sure. No, not that. Influence. Oh, cool. So we actually have. That's cool. Oh, that's cool. We can give him lightsaber mastery as well. So if we take pressure point, he basically just fucks people. He's just like, and if we take, if we take pressure point and parry, he can basically parry other people's lightsabers with his hands. He just be like, and just punch a dude. Can you imagine how fucking insane this character is going to be? I like him. I like this brawling Jedi that he's got like cryo weave gauntlets that he can just like parry a saber with his hands and shit like that. Oh, that's making me excited thinking about it. Feral power just means having a dirty mind. Yeah, maybe. So his brawl is so strong now. It's nuts. Okay, we're definitely going to take pressure point. We are definitely taking pressure point. It's way too strong to not take. He has an Irish accent. How does... Okay, so Sheepdog said, I'll fucking bomb your house. Something like that. Alright. Pressure point. Rank 1. Let's see. Alright, so here's the thing. The word is may. May make all damage. Strain it. He does. Ignore all soak and add. God, my spelling. Add medicine ranks on top. Okay. Okay, so it's not like if he misses, medicine still hits. No, he has to hit. Brawling Inquisitors be Irish. Space Irish. Comes from the land of Irelandia. It's an unknown galaxy in the Empire. All right, so maybe we give him... So what do you think? Do we give him... do we give him parry or do we give him scathing tirade? I think we give him parry, just to be on the safe side. What was the other one here? Drive back. Crippling blow. Oh, crippling blow would be pretty fucking sweet. So can you imagine him punching someone so fucking hard that whenever they make, whenever they move, they suffer a strain to do it because they're so hurting? That seems strong to me. I don't know if I want to do that though. I think we need to have parry. Like, he's going to be getting into a lot of melee, so I'm going to give him parry. Crippling blow works for the saddest. It does. That's why I want to take it, but we only get 2, and I don't want to make him fucking get KO'd by like the 2 people that hit him with lightsabers. Because here's the thing. If he gets hit with a lightsaber, he has no way to reduce that damage. The only thing he has to rely on is his fucking huge wound threshold. Which would put him in perspective. If he doesn't reduce it, 17 damage is highly likely. You know what I mean? It just seems like he's going to get fucked pretty hard if he doesn't have it. So we'll give him parry. Okay, parry. And struck with a skill. Take 3 strain and suffer. My 6. Right. Nice. Okay. Smarter choice, I suppose. Yes, I believe so too. All right. So the next one is abilities and force powers. So here we go. Every Inquisitor possesses 2 abilities and/or force powers. If the Inquisitor is a force user, choose them from the following list. Okay. Aura of Command. The Inquisitor may spend a maneuver to allow 1 allied minion. Nope. Lightsaber Mastery. Choose a characteristic when making a check with a lightsaber skill. Inquisitor may use the chosen characteristic instead of brawn. That's incredibly strong, aside from the fact that we don't care about lightsabers too much. Imperial Valor. The Inquisitor may perform a maneuver to cause all range attacks targeting him to instead hit 1 ally or helpless enemy he's engaged with at the beginning of his next turn. May perform a maneuver to cause all range attacks targeting him to instead hit 1 ally or helpless enemy. So it can't be redirected to a PC. So that's like Darth Vader walking down a hallway and like the rebels shooting at him, but it's just hitting the stormtroopers instead. That's kind of cool. All enemies at a short range of the Inquisitor add a disadvantage to all skill checks they make. Ooh, that's kind of cool. At the beginning of the encounter, each of the Inquisitor's enemies must make a hard fear check. Because he's terrifying. What does a fear check actually do? Because that might be really useful. 326. Fear takes a special role in Fear and Force and Destiny. Fear is a major path to the dark side. It is a weapon in the hands of the Sith and other dark side force users. Careers and specializations such as aggressor also allow for certain PCs to readily use fear, war, combat, and intimidating adversaries. The environmental hazards may instill fear in anyone, anywhere. Fear can interfere with characters' actions and goals. It may reduce a character's effectiveness, make him hesitate, or even cause him to flee. Within the game, fear is typically countered by a discipline skill. Oh yeah, we're gonna fuck some PCs if we take this. Holy shit. The character has time to prepare for the encounter. He may occasionally use the cool skill instead. Okay. At the GM's discretion, the GM sets a difficulty for such checks. Okay, well, it's going to be hard. Okay. When making a fear check, okay, at start of combat, determining fear, yep. Very afraid. Battlefield combat, packs of aggressive creature, major threat to one's safety or moderate fear of one's life. Effects of fear. The GM interprets the dice pool results and may create additional effects that reflect the details of the situation. Some creatures or talents requiring a fear check may also dictate the effects of failed check. As other types of checks, disadvantages and advantages carry effects regardless of the failure or success. If multiple fear checks are needed, disadvantages and advantages of later rolls may cancel out effects from earlier rolls. Got it. Suggested minimum failure or negative effects. Failure. The character adds black to each action he takes during the encounter. Okay. Threat. The character suffers a number of strain equal to the number of failures or threats. If the check generates 3 disadvantage or more, character can be staggered for his first turn instead. That's kind of cool. The character is incredibly frightened and increases the difficulty of all checks by 1 to the end of the encounter. In addition, the character accuse conflict as detailed in the fear leads to anger. Oh, okay. Interesting. So if they pass, they might get advantages on him. But I really like that. That's kind of like a thematic sort of thing. I don't know. What do you guys think? How's the vote going, by the way? Still predominantly female? No, yeah, more male now, right? Okay, we'll look at terrifying. That means we need to make him like disfigured or something like that too. Harm. Force power. As an action, the Inquisitor may make a force power check against one engaged target. The Inquisitor may spend force pips to inflict a number of wounds on the target, ignoring soak equal to the Inquisitor's intellect. Oh shit. That's 4 wounds, ignoring soak. The Inquisitor may spend force pips to heal an equal number of wounds on an engaged ally, or himself. The Inquisitor may spend force pips to increase the range of the power by 1 range band, and may spend force pips to increase the number of affected enemies by 1. He may activate the range and number of enemies upgrades multiple times. Oh, that's fucking gross. Interesting. The Inquisitor makes a force power check targeting one enemy at a short range, and rolls a ranged attack as part of the pool. Average discipline check instead of a normal difficulty. If the check is successful and generates 2 force pips, the attack deals damage equal to the Inquisitor's willpower, with a critical rating of 4, dealing 1 additional damage per success. The Inquisitor may spend force pips to increase the range by 1 band. Oh god. That's lightning. That's lightning right there, boys. And may spend force pips to move silhouette 0 object within short range to another object, to another location within short range. He may spend... Okay, let's just move. Okay. I think we have to take harm. I think we'll take harm and terrifying. What do you guys think? I think harm and terrifying seem really strong. Yeah, let's do that. Harm and terrifying. So is that a talent? Yeah, okay. We'll put terrifying as a talent. Put that there so we can see it. Okay. Terrifying. Beginning. Okay, combat. How did I get that wrong? Oh, I've got the T. Yeah. Must make a hard Three, two, six. Cool. And rank 1. Active. Passive. Yep. Okay. And force power. Harm. So he can effectively heal himself. That's kind of cool. I'm just going to move this page here out of the way and write what's down here. So then, skill list. Cool. So that's just... Is that like a force power thing I can make? Force dice available. No skill. Oh God, I wish he had the force power of like being able to add to his brawn rating. That'd be nice. But anyway. Action. Make a force power check against one engaged target. Spend force pips to inflict a number of wounds on the target, ignoring soak, equal to intellect, which I believe for our boy is 4. Yes, it is. Which is super strong. May spend may activate the range and number of enemies, upgrades multiple. Okay. So he can only... So here's the thing. The harm power you can't do more than 4 damage. And you can't heal more than 4 times. but only wounds. He can't heal strain. So the way that you beat this guy is by just fucking up his strain, which is terrifying. May spend 1 force pip. I'm gonna put that in there. May spend 1 force pip. It's like number of wounds on the target. Okay. May spend 1 force pip to heal Wait. I don't know if that's true or not. Harm, force, and destiny. Because it doesn't seem very strong. Okay, so it's 1 to activate. You inflict wounds on the target, ignoring, so equal to your intellect, which is 4. And then 1 to heal. So you can't do it 2 times. You can't be like, okay, I generated 4 force pips. I'm going to use 4 force pips to do damage. It's 1. Maximum of 1. You can only activate it once. Okay, that makes more sense. It's not especially strong. That doesn't seem especially strong. It's more incredibly intimidating, mostly because I imagine as players they're not going to be able to see the result of what that is. So it just kind of looks like a fucking guy who walks into the middle of a battlefield with literally no lightsabers and just fucking decimates people with punching and lightning. I don't know if harm is yeah, I don't think that's lightning. I think unleash is lightning. So we'll try and flavor harm as something else. Okay, may spend 1 force pip to heal 1 engaged ally or himself. Because the thing that gets me, it says Inquisitor may spend 1 force pip to heal an equal number of wounds on an engaged ally or himself. What does that mean? What is an equal number of wounds? Does that mean if he spends 2, he heals 2? Because that doesn't make any fucking sense to me. If he can only spend 1, he can only heal 1. Which doesn't seem all that strong. I feel like giving him unleash might be better than harm. Maybe harm is a force choke. Maybe. If I'm going to be like very vindictive and I want to deal damage and hurt people, lightning is incredibly intimidating. So the Inquisitor makes a force power check targeting one enemy at short range and rolls an attack as part of the pool using discipline instead of a normal difficulty. If the check is successful and generates 2 force pips, the attack does damage equal to the Inquisitor's willpower, which is 5, with a critical rating of 4, dealing 1 additional damage per success. That seems like it would be very strong for our boy. Mostly because a discipline check, he's like super fucking powerful at discipline checks. Like super fucking powerful. Let's see here. So he's discipline. So let's go, okay, 2 discipline with 4 force power rating. Let's roll that. Okay, so our boy just did willpower plus a critical rating of 4, dealing 1 damage per success. So our boy just did so his willpower is 5. So he just did 6, 7 with a critical rating of 4. So he uses all 4 advantages that he just gained to activate his crit, which gives him a total of 9 damage. Plus the Inquisitor may spend additional. Okay, so his so he got 2, so he can spend 1 more force pip to increase the range by 1 and may affect 1 additional target within range. So he can increase range by 1 or affect 1 more additional target, or may add 3 additional damage to it. And he may activate every single one of those additional times. So, for example, he can affect, let's say he flips those other 2 force pips by taking 6 strain and flipping a force die. Okay, let's say he has 5 dark side pips available to him. He would then deal 9, and he could affect literally 3 of the 4 characters. Like he could just fucking and get 3 of them at the same time and just smoke them. Like the thing is, they would be able to soak it. So let's say they have like 5 soak, 4 soak. He's doing 4 damage to 3 people then. That seems really fucking strong. Plus, it's a crit, which means that they would have to roll on the harm table, meaning that they get critically hurt. So Unleash is super fucking lethal. Like that just seems really strong. Especially since it's an average discipline check. Let's roll that again. Let's just roll that again, just in case. Just in case that was a freak. So discipline. He got a crit this time. Oh my god. Okay, so this one, he activates it. He does a total of wow. So he doesn't get anything. So it's a total of 9 still. He can take 3, 6, 9, 12 strain and a destiny and flip it. So he can take 9 strain, and then he can hit every single person, increase it by 3. So he can hit every single person in the group and increase it by 3. So he's doing 12 damage. He's doing 12 damage to each person individually, plus he would then also make them get wounded. Like, that is how strong this fucking guy is with that. I think we go with that. This guy's going to be a wheelhouse. Man, if this is just a fucking basic bitch Inquisitor, how fucking strong in this game is Darth Vader? How fucking strong is Luke Skywalker in this game? You know what I mean? Like, that seems really strong. That is anus destroying strong. That's how you kill players right there. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, force power. No, so this is going to be. I'm going to bring this over here. Unleash. Okay. Make a power check. One enemy. Short range. And rolls. And rolls a ranged attack using discipline. Okay. Deals 5 damage plus 4 crit. Per success. May spend additional force pips pip increase range band. 1 force pip to affect additional target within range. 1 force pip to deal 3 additional damage. See, this powers, I like it because it doesn't just go through soak. He already has something that goes through soak. So it's a very terrifying power and it can be alleviated pretty easily. So that's kind of why this thing looks good to me. Skills, discipline, book and page, 420. F and D. Cool. Okay, let's roll this, see what that looks like. So if I bring this page back, if we just roll this, what happens? Can't find character, please. Update character NPC name field. Oh. Oh, really? That's all it fucking needs? Okay. Thanks for the host kit, Kerrigan. Okay. Save changes. Character sheet. Character info. Name. Species. I don't know, we'll put human down for now. God, there's a lot of... human. Human. Combat NPC. Character or NPC name field to match character sheet. Try again. To match character sheet? Jesus Christ. Okay. So it has to be the exact same as the character. That's fucking... That's a weird restriction. What the fuck? What the fuck, game? That makes no fucking sense. Is it the original Gambit crew? No, it's not. Are you running a new Edge of the Empire game? Yes and no. It's set within the same storyline, roughly, but it's a new crew and stuff. So yeah, all the rest are different. Peachy's back in, but yeah. Why doesn't this fucking work? Why doesn't this work? It's a nemesis. Oh. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Do I have to do it all over again? Oh, fucking buttholes. God damn it. That's fucking annoying. At least I don't have to jump between stuff all the time. What? Why doesn't he have... That makes no sense. Why doesn't he have that? Why don't they have more skills? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Why is it like that? Who knows? Who knows? Fuck me, why doesn't that work? Please update character, NPC, or name field. Try it again. Okay, that works now for some fucking reason. What the fuck? Oh, I see. Because I had 4 here. Okay. I was about to say, that's a lot of force die. Okay, that makes more sense. Cool. Yep. Oh yeah. There's some pretty nasty rolls. I like that. What up, IX? How you doing, man? Cool. Alright, so that's these force powers done. Now we're on to equipment. Game Masters should equip Inquisitors according to the needs of their story. Remember, Inquisitors have access to the limitless resources of the Galactic Empire. However, the GM should avoid over-equipping an Inquisitor. 1 or 2 weapons, some armor if appropriate, and perhaps a piece of thematic appropriate gear should be enough. The GM can choose any gear from Chapter 4, but here are a few suggestions. I don't feel like giving this guy a lightsaber. We can give him some armored robes, though. I think that's pretty cool. I like the armored robes. Actually, before we do that, let's take a look at the rest of my stuff here. Okay, a large amount of force power. Raw skills. Force or lightning. Okay. Okay, so that's pretty cool. We got all that done. Question number 3. Is the villain anti-PC? He is intent on causing harm to the PCs. Not so much killing. Okay, a villain's physical appearance. Now, here's what I want to do. I want to make this guy scary. I want him to have, like, physical modifications to his, like, face and other things like that. Saber's like a cop badge. He has to have it, even if he doesn't use it. I know, but I don't... yeah. I think it's a little more intimidating that he doesn't have a lightsaber, but... So here's what I'm thinking. Physical appearance, maybe he's lost an arm, maybe he's lost like his jaw or something like that. And like, I don't know, what do you guys think? Is there something weird that we can add to this guy? I know, for example, in this game, they actually have like, it might not be in here, but I'm pretty sure the Edge of the Empire book has like, like robot stuff that you can add to your character. Take a look here. Here we go, cybernetic enhancements. So we can add like cybernetic arms or something like that. So what if we add some like 2 cybernetic arms, and that's why he's so good at like punching lightsabers and shit. But no one will know about that because his arms will be like covered in like a glove or something like that. I think that's pretty cool. Like maybe from the shoulder down, he has no arms, sort of thing. That seems cool to me. Biotech industry is enlarging, supplier and cybernetic devices across the galaxy, and its Mark 5 and Mark 6 cyber arms are fit to mate hundreds of alien species. These cyber arms are designed for the increased strength in the case of Mark 5 or manual dexterity in case of Mark 6. Although intended to replace limbs lost in accidents, Biotech sees plenty of cells who don't mind replacing the arms with mechanical equivalents. Ooh, it adds a brawn rating. That's fucking cool. It just makes him stronger. If a character replaces both arms with cybernetic enhancements, he must use the same model. They are designed to work in tandem. However, modifiers from both arms do not stack. So it's not like he'll get a +2 brawn if he has 2 arms. So not the arms. He should be capable in his own right. Oh yeah. So what would he replace then? Okay. Okay, so you can get legs that increase the brawn as well. That's weird. You can get cybernetic brain implant. You can make immune implant. So you can get cybernetic weapons, implant armor. Ew. His face. Cybernetic eyes. Cybernetic eyes that gain 1+ vigilant and perception. Alright. Alright, so if we give him the cybernetic eyes, vigilance, he'll get vigilance and perception, which is, you know, good. It's no brawn rating, but it's good. And maybe he can have like a face plate or something like that. There was one in here that gives him soak. What was that? Implant armor. These thin plates rest under the skin. They can absorb enemy fire with little serious damage to vulnerable tissue. Had his eyes gouged out and is crazy scarred. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay. So he's got like cybernetic eyes. Cybernetic eyes. He's also got armored. Doesn't have a nose. That is so kind of fucked up. It's crazy. I like it though. That's why he always wears a hood. I mean, he was last seen wearing a hood, so. Alright, let's give him cybernetic eyes. Okay, so. Face. Intense. Face scarring. Cybernetic eyes. Missing a nose. Does he wear like a rebreather on the bottom of his face sort of thing at all times? Maybe. Or something like that. Cybernetic eyes. Okay. Let's see here. So vigilance. And perception go up by 1. Oh, he's crazy. They're not going to be able to sneak up on this dude at all. Into armor. Yes. So he has armor Jedi robes. 2 soak, 1 defense. Right, that's really strong. So 2 soak. Features tattered. Obvious armor plating. I mean, he has no reason to hide. Defense 1. So that makes his soak. He starts off with 3 soak, so he makes it 5 soak. Defense 1/1. Cybernetics. +1. Thanks for the host, Painted Meeple. Do we want to give him any more cybernetics? Or do you think that's enough? I really like the idea of him having, like... What does his agility score cover? Because his agility is the worst of his skills. Coordination... Piloting planetary, stealth, and light ranged, and light heavy, and gunnery. I kind of almost want to give him. Before we do that, let's take a look at. There are. Weapon descriptions. So if we take a look at the melee, we're going to give this guy equivalent of gloves. So we'll take the idea of gloves, we'll give them a HP, and so let's see, mods. I know there's a mod in here for reflecting things. Cortosis weave. I think that's what we need. Cortosis weave, although uncommon and even considered archaic in this day and age, some armorers especially equip protective gear with underlying weave of rare cortosis. This tend to make armor more resistant to being penetrated, especially by energy weapons, but the cost is seldom worth the result. The cortosis quality. Where can I find qualities? Index. Quick. Quality. Quality. Thanks for not having a page on qualities. Maybe it's under C for cortosis. $155. Thank you. The weapons attack. Oh no, cortosis passive. Cortosis is an ore found primarily in the Outer Rim. It is extremely rare and valuable, and was used primarily during the Clone Wars against Jedi Knights. Hence why he would have it, I guess. There are 2 varieties of cortosis, or the rarest version can actually short out a saber's blade, causing it to fail temporarily. The far more common cortosis ore is still a miraculous substance because when molded into armor, it forms an interlocking molecular bond that is extremely resilient to energy weapons. Weapons with the cortosis quality are immune to the sunder quality. Armor with the cortosis quality makes the wearer's soak immune to pierce and breach qualities. Yeah, boy. That's how we get around the players fucking this dude. We give him cortosis armor. Here's what I'm thinking. Cortosis weave in the armor and cortosis, the rare one, meaning that we would have to activate its crit. So that, here's what I'm thinking. The gloves, right? When he like parries a thing, if he rolls, if the enemy rolls, like, let's say 3 disadvantages, or a despair, then we can short out their saber. That's I'm down with that. That works for me. That is a tasty, tasty saber. Anti-saber Inquisitor. All right, so item inventory. Armored Jedi robes. Qualities. Cortosis. How the fuck do we spell it? Oh. OSOS. Immune to pierce and breach qualities. And we would give him, specifically parry gauntlets. This is something I'm just making up right now, because you need to be incredibly skillful to use it. So let's say it gives an additional defense only on parry. So if someone's, so it would give him a melee defense. So he has 1 range defense and 2 melee defense. And the defenses in this game, they're basically just like, if you try and shoot him with a gun, because he has defense, you would just get a black die. But if he has 2 melee defense, like if you try and hit this guy with a lightsaber, you're going to get 2 black die, because it's assumed that he's going to be parrying your skills with the black, with the gloves, as well as his armored robes giving him, anti-lightsaber as well. This guy's going to be hard to kill. So here's the thing. Lightsabers have breach quality to them, and some have breach 10. Most have breach 5, I believe, or 7. I think it's 7. Now, breach 10 soak is like the whole of a spaceship. So lightsabers can like pierce a starship. Like, imagine flying through the space. This is theoretically possible in this game, which is why it's fucking stupid, which is why tabletop role-playing games are stupid. If you get shot out of some sort of like sling in space and you get flown towards a Star Destroyer, and you turn on your lightsaber and you put it in front of you and you spin it around like this, theoretically speaking, you can drill through a fucking Star Destroyer, because your saber has breach 10, which means that nothing can slow it down, and it will just cut through everything. There's even a Jedi crystal. Where is it? There's even a Jedi crystal in here. Weapon attachments. Wait, which book am I in? Oh, that's Edge of the Empire. Blep. Force and Destiny. Customizations. Which one is it? Saber attachments. Is it the Dentari? Yeah, no, where is is it? It's one of these gems, and it increases the where is it? I think it's down here actually. No vicious, no Lorian, no. Okay, breach +1. Okay, so Sethier gem. Critical rating 7 and critical rating to 2. Lightsaber gains breach 1 and sunder item qualities. So it has breach. You could have theoretically breach 2. Yeah, so you could have breach 2 on top of it, and if you pick a saber, like say video games, right? If you pick so one breach is worth 10 points. That's right. So one breach is worth 10 points, and if you have 3 breach, which I believe where is breach? Oh my god, hang on. But for breach. Breach quality 162. Okay. Yeah, for breach weapons ignore 1 point of armor for every rating of breach, meaning also they ignore 10 points of soak for every rating of breach. So, if you have 3 ratings of breach, which that crystal gives you, you have 30 points of... You ignore 30 points of soak. And starships are around 20, if I remember correctly, which is fucking insane. You can just be like, and just cut through anything. But that is a very rare crystal. Incredibly rare crystal. That I convinced once a GM to give me. He regretted it because I could cut through literally anything. So, you know. All right, so he's got these Cortosis gloves, which, you know, let's see here. Let's write parry gauntlets, qualities. Let's give it short circuit. Man, I can't spell for shit today. Short circuit. 3 disadvantage. Wait, what is it actually called? I always forget what it's called. 3 threat. Yeah, it's called threat. 3 threat / 1 despair will short sabers and electric melee weapons by bow. Short circuit 1. Short circuit 1. Per turn. A turn. Okay, so short circuit 1, meaning 3 threat or 1 despair will short sabers and electrical melee weapons vibro for a turn. Okay, that's pretty reasonable. Yes, AP's game, yeah. Rare. Cool. That seems pretty good to me. Cybernetic eyes. All right. All right. Appearance. Let's go back to this. Missing a nose. Black. Armored. Jedi robes. Dark silver. Plated gauntlets. Nice. All right. The villain's motivations. All right. So in terms of motivations, we're looking at specifically, let's say that his motivations include so harming all those connected to the Jedi Order. Yeah. Only once they have undergone enough pain will he attempt to convert them. Master. What was her name? Grand Inquisitor Hydra. Nice. The Jedi's way his face is so messed up. Yeah. Well, I think it's more than just his face getting messed up. I think it's also to do with like his family. Like maybe they were being like raided or something like that. Maybe they're being raided or something like that, and you know, they called the Jedi. Like the Jedi said that they would come, but then they never did. You know what I mean? Like maybe they got too caught up in the Clone Wars. I think that's what would have happened. I think they turned their attention to the Clone Wars instead of helping out Cyrus's family, who was in dire need. And because of that, his family is dead, his face and body is scarred, and these guys weren't important enough. Exactly, yeah. No, I wouldn't say that. I would say that this is at the start of the Clone Wars. Like, I would say that enough time had passed for him to grow his resentment. You know what I mean? Like, he would have had to live and then harbor resentment for the Jedi Order for a long period of time before someone of the dark side noticed his brooding. And then, he was called into the Inquisition after the Order 66 had happened. Good morning, Lobo. Also, hello, Sage. Good to see you. He feels like they didn't care. Well, not so much that. The Order, their entire thing was supposed to be to protect the galaxy or, protect the people of the Federation. And they couldn't do that. So, personal resentment towards everyone within the Jedi Order seems like a pretty good reason to become an Inquisitor, in my opinion. So, now the last question we have is, how bloodthirsty is the villain, or can he be reasoned with? Now, let's say that because this is a good question, because one of our players is going to try and reason with this character. Do you feel like he could be reasoned with? I don't think he can be, honestly speaking. I think he is a lost cause. I think he'd make it seem so, at least. Well, maybe his split personality. Maybe, here's the thing, you would have to be very careful. You know what I mean? Like, I would say that one of his personalities could be reasoned with. The calm one. But maybe we should put in some trigger words in here or something like that. Like conversational points that would trigger him and just lose his... Because here's the thing, I don't want to rule it out. Right? I want the players to be able to approach this character any way they see fit. Maybe he'd play along for the excitement of the deception. Interesting. But you got to remember that one of our characters has influence. So let's put it in perspective. An influence check is discipline versus discipline. So in order for him to succeed, he would need to beat a 3 red, 2 purple discipline check. Which is fucking insane. Like, the only way that he could beat that is with like incredibly good rolls. So maybe he can't be reasoned with, but maybe his personality is that he toys with them, you know? Like, it's someone, who was it? Yeah, maybe he would play along. Like, maybe he gets real excited at, like, you know, he's the type of guy that would like capture people and like put them on a planet with no ways of getting off, and then he would hunt them. Does that seem like something that he would do? Because that seems like something a fucking villain would do. Ooh, that's so fucking gross. Oh, God. For the lols, yeah. I mean, because his entire motivation, right? Let's go back to the motivation here. Harming all those connected to the Jedi Order. Only once they have undergone enough pain will he attempt to convert them to his master Grand Inquisitor Hydra. To serve his master, Grand Inquisitor Hydra. Because if you think about it, if the Grand Inquisitor gave him like a mission, which is to say, yo, do this for me, and you will be rewarded in the dark side. Like, maybe his motivation is more like religious now. Like, not so much religious, because I don't think the Inquisitorium is a religious thing. There's the Sith, and the Inquisitors serve the Sith. So maybe the Inquisitor are religious? I need to work that out. Is the Sith? Is the Inquisitor a Sith? The main villain on the show isn't Darth Vader, however, it's an Inquisitor and Jedi voice. Okay. Okay, there can only be 2 Sith. Okay, so he can't be Sith. Hail Hydra, yeah. I mean, you say that, Lobo, but like Hydra is an actual, like Grand Inquisitor Hydra is an actual character in Star Wars. I'm not making that shit up. Human female, that's all we know about her. But she is a real spoken about character in the Star Wars mythos. So we're all these characters, aside from this one, is actually... Our boy is a sub. He is. Yeah, he is. Yeah. Our boy's a sub. So, do you think... Ooh. Do you think that he's in love with Hydra? Do you think that he has, like, a super affection for her or something like that? Do you think that he was seduced by her and the dark side to get... Do you reckon that is? I don't know, man. That's interesting. All right. I thought we were talking about me. Yeah, you're my $25 sex sub. What up? So do you want to try and find a planet where this guy's from? Because it might come up. We should try and find a planet. Please excuse me. I just woke up. Okay. Okay, this is a pretty fucking good villain. Like, they're gonna have a hard time toppling this guy. They really are. Like, even if all four of them come at this dude, the fact that he has parry, the fact that he has, like, his soak can't be cut into. He doesn't carry a saber though, so he's not going to be doing much. Like, here's the thing: he's not going to be hurting the players. He's going to be knocking them out and, like, you know, doing damage to their, like, strain and stuff like that. Raxus Prime, or more populated? Yeah, you mentioned Raxus Prime before. I don't know much about it. I'm gonna look that up. Raxus Prime. Once known as the Circle of Tion. Let's roll this over here. Let's take a look. Oh, that's the wrong page. That's the Inquisitor's page. There we go. There's a Circlet of Tion. You can move this over here. There you go, so you can read. It's in the Raxus system. It's in the Outer Rim territories. Tion trade route. In the Outer Rim. Okay, so it's somewhere out here. Tion trade route. There's the Palean trade route. Where the fuck is this? Am I missing it? I fucking hate this map, can I just say? I fucking hate it. I think it's incredibly difficult to read and nothing seems to work with it. So, it's a trash planet? Oh, that's kind of cool. If it's in the Outer Rim... So here's the thing, right? If it's in the Outer Rim, that's incredible. Like, the Jedi... I mean, there's not a lot of Jedi in the universe, you know, like, I would think that he might be within, like, the core worlds, maybe, because I could see, like, maybe in the, Inner Rim, maybe, I could see that being a thing, because, where's Naboo in this fucking bitch? Is Naboo down here? You know what I mean? Like, I find it hard to believe that that's something in here, but anyway, let's just find somewhere in here. What is curve? Curva. You like Naboo? Well, that's actually where his... see, here's the thing. Naboo is... Naboo is where the Inquisitors first got their start. So it would make sense that he would need to have... Like, here's the thing. He would need to be relatively close to Naboo. Because that is where the Inquisitors started. So that's where they got their start. Where the fuck is Naboo on this list? God, what an ass. Alright. Let me just look this up. Naboo. Fucking really. Oh God. Look at this fucking image. Oh, really? God, I hate this website. The Star Wars website is trash. Can I just say that much? Oh my God. Most wikis are, yeah. I can see that being a thing. What a fucking trash website. Anyway. Ooh, that's a cool picture. Mira Jade. That's like Luke Skywalker's wife or something, right? Mira Jade Skywalker, yeah. Okay. Alrighty then. Well, I think we have an idea. Let's say that this guy started on Naboo. So let's find Naboo. Naboo. Mid-rim. Okay. Let's see if we can find it on this fucking map. Mid-rim. Oh, okay. That's pretty far out. I want to say it's down here. There it is. Boom, right there. Can you see it? No? How about now? Can you see it now? It's right there. New Gambit and the New Mythos, or just before Disney Mythos? It's just after Order 66 happens. So Order 66 happened in 19 BBY, which is yeah, just after the third Star Wars movie. So, yep. Okay, so he's on Naboo. All right, let's see. What sort of stuff can we find about Naboo? Native Gungans. Uh-huh. Wait, they had a war there, didn't they, in the movies? Maybe not. Well, let's find a planet close to Naboo. Maybe that might work. Because... Hey, thanks for the host, Silfang. Alright, so let's check out Arbra. See what's happening over there. See, this is how I find that planet. Arbra. I just find planets that are close by to cool planets. Densely forested planet that became the headquarters of the Rebel Alliance after... Oh my god, really? Hoojabibs. They look retarded. Oh my god, okay. 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 Despite the tranquil appearance on the surface, hidden deep within a huge cavern was a vast array of geothermal power rods that drew energies from the planet's core. Geothermal energy, when transformed into electricity and released in the atmosphere, was a high-altitude lightning thrust regulating the planet's stability. It was also a primary food source for native Hoojabibs, a species on the planet. Luke Skywalker believed the energy stemmed from the Force, somehow balancing out the dark side energy. Well, in the Arabian city lying underneath the cabin. Okay. Arabia was colonized by the Sith, located in the southern corner of the Sith world. Ew. They set themselves in a large city deep in the lowest level of the crystalline cavern and would house a future rebel base. Rebels discovered a way to remove their base emotions, anger, fear, hatred from themselves, and the process creating a corporal being embodied all the negative emotions known as the Darker. Holy fuck, what the fuck? Man, what the fuck? This Star Wars is weird, man. This is my kind of planet, yeah. Possible to destroy the creature in some ways, part of the outside that live, looking at Force screen, prevent passage of anything, negative feelings, blah blah. During the Clone Wars, Araba was located within separatist space. In one BBY, the smuggled Han Solo abandoned his partner, Bill Batros, on the world. Wow, Han Solo is a dick. Wow, what a dick. Thanks for the host, Eric, baby. What up, sir? How you doing? Okay, how about this? We go full retard on this, and we go, all right, he's infected by a Darker, like the a Force spirit that sort of like attaches a bunch of like powerful negative emotions to our character, and that's why he has the split personality, because he switches between like a normal person and this Darker being. What do you guys think? Is that acceptable? Is that decent? I like that idea. And and his face he's like, as part of it, his eyes burnt out during the process of when he was attached by this being, and that seems really good to me. I like that. I think I'm gonna go with that. So let's learn about darkers and how they work. To rid themselves of emotions, anger, hatred, and fear, but when they remove the dark energies from their bodies, it manifests itself in a sentient being called itself the Darker. Abrams could not bring themselves to destroy the Darker because despite the fact he was evil, he was still a part of them. Instead, they imprisoned the malevolent creature in an underground city using a force screen. They abandoned Araba, leaving their evil aspects behind. Over millennia, the new telepathic species developed on Araba called... New telepathic... Okay, the Hoojers made their home beneath the surface, but never entered the tunnel leading to the Darkest prison because they sensed great evil there. Okay, the Darker detected the rebels had the technology to free him from his prison, so they devised a plan to lure the astromech. Okay, so he gets freed later, but what if a splinter of him like went into this creature? I like it. Does that fall in line with sadism? Yeah, actually, because this is all the negative emotions. Like, this is literally the embodiment of negative emotions removed from a human being. So all it is just that. So maybe we can I think what happened was this guy, our new dude, Cyrus. He went to Arabra, in search of riches, as a smuggler, you know, around, I don't know, 22 BBY. No, it would probably be around the same time that these guys are in training. So I want to say, so it goes backwards. So maybe 20 BBY. So 20 BBY. And this character goes into this cave, right? In search of finding a rare minerals or anything like that. Maybe he's not a smuggler, but more of some sort of archaeologist or something like that. Like some sort of, you know, he's looking for minerals or something like that to mine. Anyway, he goes down into this cave, and he basically finds this creature trapped behind some sort of weird invisible force wall. He doesn't know it's a force wall at the time. Sensing innate force ability in him, this creature splinters himself from himself, because he's a fucking force entity. He could do whatever the fuck he wants, and goads the man to come closer. The man does, and he splinters a piece of himself into the man, burning out his eyes in the process, but finding a new home within the man, attaching to his force, his soul, and being a part of this creature. So he effectively has split personalities, where all of his negative emotions, his hatred, his greed, his lust, are all like heightened, like super heightened. It's not the Darker himself, because it's just a splinter of him, but it was enough to like infest his mind with just super hatred, basically. So anything that he desires that's of a a negative emotion or something like that, it's super heightened within his character, which is why he falls prey to Grand Inquisitor Hydra, who seduces him to the dark side using lust, essentially. He's very aura tainted, the man. Yes, I like that. He was susceptible rather than being like a splinter of him. He instilled something within him. Like he tried to convince him to do this thing, but he ran out with his eyes burnt out of his skull, screaming from this place, and something evil manifested within him. Oh my god, that's fucking awesome. That's so good. Okay. Thank you, Wikipedia, for making my life so much easier. That's cool. I like that. Okay. Okay, villain's power. Infested with the taint from the darker on BBY. The man known as, I keep forgetting his fucking name, Cyrus, because it's such a weird name, Cyrus, but it's a good name. Cyrus Warren. His split. His eyes burnt from his skull. He developed no choice but develop his force talents to make his way off planet. 19 BBY. Planet of Naboo. While receiving surgery to replace his eyes with something his force aura drove Grand Inquisitor Hydra to him. He fell for her man. I don't think that's wrong, but fuck it, my spelling's so bad today. Ways and allowed himself her what would you call it? No, not this site. The Wikipedia is good. The Star Wars official wiki is bad. They don't let you look at pictures and stuff. They have them on the website, but they don't let you look at them. Allowed himself to become her apprentice. Okay. Apprentice. Great. So let's save this page and put it in here in case we need more information. No, on Planet Arbor. Save that page too. Okay. Okay. Infested with the taint from the Darker on Planet Arbor in 20 BBY, the man known as Cyrus Manchester allowed his negative emotions to drive his personality to fracture and split. His eyes burnt from his skull with a green pale energy. He had no choice but to develop his force powers to make his way off that planet. Planet Arbor. 19 BBY on the planet of Naboo, while receiving surgery to replace his eyes with something cybernetic, his force aura, his negative force aura drove Grand Inquisitor Hydra to him. He fell for her seductive ways and allowed himself to become her apprentice. How did he lose his nose? Maybe he didn't. I'm starting to think that maybe he didn't. I just like to think that his face is all sunken and stuff, you know, maybe his like the light, like he kind of looks almost like a Hollow from Dark Souls in that regard. He's definitely not an attractive man. I still think he has his nose though. I think this is a lot better than trying to come up with something that, like some Jedi that maimed him. Like that seems like a stretch. But this one fits, and it puts him on Naboo, and it gives him like a radical force personality split. Maybe he tore his own eyes out. I like to think that like the manifestation of this creature did it. Like maybe the creature drove him to fear and he clawed his own eyes out. I don't know, but I like the idea that, you know, because you kind of see it in the movies, right? When Palpatine uses like the Force power, he starts to go from like, you know, normal looking dude to just like unlimited power. You know, he starts to go all wrinkly and gross. So I like to imagine that just like infused with just incredible amounts of dark side power, he's just like wah, and he just like loses his eyes and just burst out of his skull and stuff. So I'm going to take out missing a nose. I'm going to put in face disfigured from dark side energy. Perfect. Nice. I like this. This is a pretty good character, all things considered. Let's see. How bloodthirsty is the villain? Can he be reasoned with? If attempted to be there's an A in there. Reasoned with, the player will find that he is willing to talk only for the sport of attempting to break the logical trappings of the Jedi Order mindset. Perfect. 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 All right, I think we have a fucking character, guys. You have 25 videos waiting to be scheduled? Well, that's not my fault. What do you guys think? Is this a pretty good character, or how do you guys feel about him? Do you have anything else that you guys want to see in him? In terms of power, this guy is incredibly strong. The book suggested that we make him so strong, so if players have a problem, well, we needed a villain. So I'm not entirely sure what we should be doing if that's the case. But here's the thing: we need to sort of temper when the players actually get into combat with this guy, because we've made him so that he's more willing to do like harm to them, like cause pain. So he's going to most likely just attempt to fuck with the players a lot. So, here's the thing. Next episode, like tonight, in a couple of hours, in like 5 hours time, we're going to be having the next episode of this. The players are basically in a 0-win situation, right? They're going to be pulled onto a ship and all that sort of stuff, and they're going to be talked to, and I like the idea that this guy is just going to be there, and he's just going to be in the room, and he's just going to be looking at them. And I like the idea that he lets them go as well. He lets them go. He says that he's going to believe literally everything that they tell him. He's going to be like, okay, that makes sense, or whatever. He's probably not even going to talk to them. He's probably just going to make all of his officers just to let them go and that sort of stuff. And I like the idea that he's just going to fuck with them constantly. Like, he's going to play mind games with them and like just jerk them around and, like intentionally get in the way. Maybe Homeboy singles one player out and toys with them the most. I think he toys with each person individually. I think he's going to prey on their weaknesses, which is really thrilling to me, because instead of him just being like aha, I kill you now, because he's capable of killing all the players whenever he wants. But I really like the idea that he's going to fuck with them instead. I'm super excited to see what our players do in this situation, because having a good villain like this villain is just like, ooh, there's something real tasty about this villain. And you know what? Maybe we even start with so this, I know what I'm going to do this session, but maybe if the players start investigating this guy a lot more, maybe I'll start with a reveal of how he became, how he went to the dark side, because I think it's a very cool story as well. And I think everything is going to work out real good. I'm incredibly excited for this. This is a good villain. I love doing this. Super ripped and gets pegged by Hydra on Sundays. Do any of the players have mind reading powers? Not yet. But here's the thing, Lobo. They won't be able to crack this nut. This nut is going to be so hard to crack. Because if you want to mind read another Jedi, you have to go discipline versus discipline. And this guy's discipline is fucking above like incredibly difficult. So he's going to be fucking insane to beat. Like, I want to give the players a taste. They can get mind reading powers. They absolutely can. Yeah, Jedis have the ability to do mind reading. Right now, if the player succeeds, I believe Peachy has this. If the player succeeds, he can get a base feeling from him. So even if he succeeds by some fucking miracle, exactly. They will stare into the abyss and it will stare back at them. You know, like, like the Jedi have a shitload of powers. Let's take a look here. So, the Force. Alright, so I really wish they had so battle meditation is out. No one can use that. Bind is basically just like choke, force choke. You know, like. Enhance is super, super powerful. I love Enhance. I think Enhance is one of the coolest powers you can get in this game. It basically allows you to like increase your, your maximum characteristics. So for example, if this character right now, the one that we just made, had Enhance, he could make his Brawn rating go all the way up to 6. So you could add 3 force die out of his 4 to this ability and just like have it there. But he's not going to do that because that's way too strong. His Brawl would go to 6 and he would be unstoppable. He would literally one punch the players. He'd be like, and then they'd fall unconscious. So is this canonical? Yes, this is all canonical stuff. Force C allows people to see their own future. I believe Fuzzy has this power. She only has the basic ones yet. But at the maximum, you can basically like walk into an ambush and just like know it's going to happen before it happens so that you can tell people to have a free maneuver and all that stuff, effectively rendering the ambush inert, I guess. Heal Harm is the one that we were going to take. Basically, it's like, depending if you're a Force side user or a Dark side user, you can heal yourself, or you could take harm away from someone else. It's a really cool power. Influence is the one where you can like read minds. So you can make them go to you can set their emotional state. Wait, this might not be the read mind ones. Misdirect, I believe, is the read minds. Or maybe I'm wrong. This one is a perceptive, so you can alter the perception of it. Move, pretty basic. You can pull things to you. Protect, unleash. This is the power our dude has. It's basically like lightning, unlimited power. But light side users have been known to use that as well. Seek. So is this the one? Seek is really powerful. Like this one here. Commit 3 force die to the user's attack to gain pierce rating equal to cunning plus ranks in perception. To give you an idea, like even if it's against Cortosis Weave and stuff like that, you would still pierce it because that's how good that fucking ability is. Sense. Okay, yeah. So it's Sense that has it. So you spend Force Pips. The Force user senses the current thoughts of one living target with whom he's engaged with. Not married to. It means like within like a distance from me to the computer monitor sort of thing. So let's see. Magnitude. Yeah, so you can... It's pretty cool for being able to like just be like, oh, what's he thinking? The basic of this is the current emotional state of the living beings. So sense is definitely the power for that. Does that include common sense? No, that's a 3-dot rating in World of Darkness, and no, it does. I started drinking water out of like paid bottles and stuff. It's so much nicer. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just nicer. And what are the other ones? Let's see. Oh, that's all. That's all the force powers you can get. So yeah. What did everyone think of the character? I'd love to get some feedback on this. Does anyone have anything they want to add? And now's the time to add it before we cement this character into existence. Put the stamp of approval on there. I think it's a great character, to be honest. I think just making I can't drink from the tap. Haven't been able to do that for 10 years. Yeah, I feel that. Like I don't. It doesn't bother me either way. So, you know. Yeah. You worked a lot with it, so you like it. Yeah, I think it fits a lot more. Like we tried to hamstring a lot of story plot elements into it, and I'm glad we looked into where he came from, because otherwise it would have just made no sense. So, all you need to know is that he's incredibly strong. He's going to be very powerful, a very powerful opponent. So yeah, let's call that a show, guys. Thank you very much. We are going to change the game. We're going to move over to a video game for the next 4 hours or so before we get into this. But thank you very much for watching. This has been the very first episode of Die Party Drawing Board. I plan on doing this a lot more. I think the next drawing board that we're going to do, and I might have to schedule this out, is we're going to be taking a look at the rule set for the next Die Party game, which is going to take a Wednesday slot. It's going to be fucking exciting. I'm so excited for this. So excited. I can't wait. I don't know when we're going to schedule it. Maybe we'll schedule it for a drawing board episode for this Saturday, maybe, to go through the new book. The new book is going to be... I don't know if I want to say it, actually. Oh, fuck it. We'll say it. It's going to be 7th Seas 2nd edition. It's the new game is going to be a pirate game. We haven't decided on whether that means it's going to be Pirates of the Caribbean or Black Sails, the TV show. Like, basically Game of Thrones, but like pirates. But yeah, that's what the new game is going to be. It's going to be fucking awesome. I'm going to be GMing that, so that's why we're going to go look through it on the show. And yeah, it's going to be great. Anyways, we'll be right back in just a moment. Maybe about 5 minutes. So yeah, enjoy the break music.